Hey first graders. Okay, today's the day we're going to make our pinch pot sculpture. You're going to get a chunk of clay, and after a little bit I'm going to give you a little bit more for our add-ons. What you got to do is gently get the ball into mostly a circle or a sphere. It doesn't have to be perfect, don't worry about it. Just like in kindergarten we made a pinch pot. You took your thumb, shoved it into the clay, then you put your fingers together and you pinch and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn, pinch and turn. Oh, my thumb's tired, so I switch hands. Always your thumb. Please remember, it's always your thumb on the inside. Pinch and turn, pinch and turn. We want to get the walls about ½ inch or less. Remember, when clay stretches, it kind of breaks up. Don't worry about that. We'll smooth it out when we're done. That's why we have the water. You want all the walls to kind of be the same thickness. Try and remove some of those finger lumps because people will see them. Remember, this is going to be a functional, meaning usable, sculpture. Okay, I'd say that's about good. I'm going to take a little finger dip of water. Just kind of rub the lip. This will become the mouth of my creature, my sculpture. Okay, once you have that, go tap, tap, tap. Now we have a mouth. Now I have to decide, what am I going to make? Well, it's time for the add-ons. I'm going to start with some eyeballs. I'm going to take this extra piece. I want 2 eyeballs. I could have 3, I could have 1. It's up to you. It's your creature. Divide it in half. That'll help me kind of have eyeballs about the same size. I always find it's easiest to get everything kind of into a ball first. Squish. Oh, that'll be a good one. Okay, same thing. Roll it into a ball. Squish. Now this one kind of broke up, so I take a little water. Just going to rub the cracks out. Oh, maybe I'll do that with this one too. Okay, now I need them to stay. Now, you know, I could go like this, but that will only stay until the thing dries and then this part falls off. Because this clay is going to shrink approximately 7%. And when it shrinks, things fall apart. So it's your job to make sure they stay on. Here's how we do it. Any tool that can scratch, like a fork, a toothbrush, a wooden stylus, any tool that can do that, even your fingernail could score the clay. It's called scoring when we scratch it up. It's basically like braiding the fibers of clay together. That's where I want my eyes. Now I take the eyes and I have to scratch those up too. Because we want them to become one. Now, water is like clay glue. When clay mixes with water, they call it slip. Just give a little tappy tap. You don't need to rub too much or it's just going to get smooth again. You also need to do the same to the pieces you're putting on. Tappy tap. Support. Press. Twist, twist. And they should become one. Do it on the other side. Support. Press, press, twist, twist. And then you can always smooth the cracks. That helps it to join. You want to get rid of any of the little scoring marks. And you can use tools for that. Let's say the back end of a wooden stylus. I'm going to wet it. And I can also make the joints become one. You just want to make sure those eyes don't fall off, because once they do, there's no getting them back on in the kiln. Okay, so I like the eyes. I think I'll take this tool and maybe give a little pupil. That's fun. Maybe I'll take the pointy end and, oh, draw some eyelids. Maybe some eyelashes too. All right. I think this is going to become a frog. So I'm in the mood to have a tongue. So let me talk to you about the do's and don'ts of smaller pieces of clay. I'm going to make 2 tongues here. I'm going to make one that's long and skinny. And then I'm going to make one that's wide and kind of chubby. All right, this is the long and skinny one. Now again, to join clay together, scratch it up, scratch it up, slip, slip with the water, press. Okay, now see this tongue? Do you see how it's breaking from its own weight? See, that's a problem. See, when clay dries, it will just literally crack in half like dirt, dust. It just falls apart. Right now, it's pretty strong, but it won't work. Anything that cannot support its own weight when you pick it up is going to break. So this would not be a good idea. I could shorten it. I could try and roll it up and do something like that. See, it's not falling now. Sure, the cracks can just be smoothed out. That would work. That would work. But just know you can't do a long tongue like that that sticks out. Now, I don't want this tongue at all. So I'm going to do a short, fat one like I was telling you about. Okay, I always start with the ball. It's just easiest. I'm going to shape it. So I'm pinching, molding this tongue. Just kind of like sometimes like we see a human tongue. I kind of want to do that. I'll draw a little line down the middle too. Okay, I'm going to score it on the back. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Inside, I already had scored inside the mouth. Slip, little tap of water. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Press. This time I'm going to smooth the back end of it. I'm actually going to smooth so it looks like the tongue is one with the mouth. I like that look. All right, good. Now, let's see what I want. Well, maybe I'll make some feet. I want the feet to be approximately the same size, so what I'm going to do is make sure my two pieces of clay are about the same size. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm thinking my frog feet are maybe going to kind of be flat-like, so I'm going to make them kind of like a triangle, I guess. You know what? This is art. It does not have to look just like reality. And it's your first time. So, however it is, it's fine. As long as it doesn't fall apart and doesn't tip over, you're good. All right, those are pretty close to the same. I'm going to draw some webbing as I want to. Then I'm going to score it up. Score it. Tap, tap, slip it. Flip over my frog, score it, slip it, take my foot, press, twist it on there, press. I could even smooth it. I'm going to use the back of my thumb. That's a good tool. You can almost do all of this with your hands. That's what's so great about this. Press. Again, I'm going to smooth. Now, I could continue. I have this much clay left. I don't know. Maybe I want a fin up here and make it like a fish frog. I could have fins coming out here. I could do 2 arms. All I got left. Maybe I'll just try a couple arms, huh? Again, not too thin. That's almost too thin. I might choose to make that a little thicker. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That would look kind of cool. So, scratch it up. Slip it. So that was scoring and slipping. Oh, I forgot to score there. There we go. Press, press, twist, twist. Exactly the way you leave it for its shape at the end is the way it's going to dry, and that's the way it's going to cook in the kiln. So if you leave any marks that you don't want, like that fingernail mark I have right there, I better fix that now. Okay. All right. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to say that this is done. Now you gently pick it up. You can bring it to me and I'll sign your name, or if you can write your name very clearly, Rachel 1C, your class code, first grade Cornell, for example, Then, if you can read it and your neighbor can read it, you can be done and you can bring it over to the cart. I will sign it for you if you like, so it's very easy to pass back out to you. Okay, that's it. Let's get started on our pinch pot sculpture.